Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Kai here with the Exile fam. We have Jasper, Illusions, and Magic coming to you guys with the third installment of the podcast. So, guys, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Magikky.
Hi, I'm Jasper. I just joined Exile today.
And I'm Illusion. I just joined Exile about a month ago.
All right, so Jasper said he just joined today. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out that upload, it's going to be in the description. Hope you enjoy it. It was really good. I really loved it. But in this week's podcast, we're going to be talking about a couple things. Ranging from like editing to the aesthetics channel to playing and cross save and just talking about your favorite edit and stuff. So we hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get right into it. So, Destiny editing, what do you guys think it's gonna go? How is it right now?
Right now, I would say we need a cinematic tool, but everyone has like their own styles of getting sins. Like I have my own style. Jasper has like his own style. Like we can all see like everyone has their own unique way of getting their sins. But if we had a cinematic tool, then we could have different angles where we can get sins. Because right now, there's just most of the sins are usually like you're crouched and you're rotating around the other player.
Yeah. See, the thing about that with the whole cinematic tool, I feel like if they add it, like a lot of people aren't gonna know what the hell to do with the tool, and they're just gonna be like really caught off guard. People want this, but like when they have it, are they gonna know how to do it? And Jasper, Magic, and I, like we all edit COD, so we have some experience with like dolly cams and using like outside programs to get our cinematics. But I feel like people who already have that experience are going to be 3 steps ahead, and it's really going to show who knows what they're doing and who's just like copying. So, what about you, Illusions?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think that also would be like a good content point for you guys, especially. You could definitely like show off how it all works, and that could be very beneficial to you guys. I think it'd be better if they did their own cinematic tool instead of someone just eventually modding it when the game gets old or something like that. Right now, with me personally, I'm having a really hard time with the map geometry on the floor. Like you have to reposition people to places you don't necessarily want them just because the floor will bump you up when you walk on literally nothing or something random. It's super bad for me, at least.
Yeah, I agree with you. The maps are like they're always really good. Destiny has really good looking maps, but when it comes to that map geometry, I don't know. It's just pretty annoying how you're walking around a character and you're just going up because of a tiny little curve on the floor. But what do you guys want to talk about? How about we get to that Exile Aesthetics channel? Like, what's going on with that right now, huh?
So I actually wanted Exile Aesthetics to be revived, like when I joined, because like before I wanted to join Exile, like I wanted to have one of my edits upload onto there, and if we do end up on reviving it, it's not likely, but if we do end up on posting more on that channel, then it'll probably be edits similar to Butterfly, like frag edits or like short HCs, like HC winners. We're gonna be doing a lot of Exile Aesthetics HCs in the future, so you should watch out for that.
I actually agree with you on that one. I feel like the Aesthetics channel should be a clear showcase of the creative team, because when it comes to Exile, there's like two parts. We have the players, and then we have like the editors and the designers. It's never really been just like one whole team. I mean, well, they all make a family, but like people have always looked at it in those two different spots. Like back then, it would always be like, oh, Sergio, like I can't wait to see his Taj, and then people would see it's edited by Aki, and it's like, oh wait, it's by Aki. I can't wait to see his Taj. So people really look at our creative team, just as much as they do look at our our players. So if we got something to showcase all of our teams like edits and designs, because some people do like speed arts, that'd be really cool. But I feel like we'd all have to come together and actually work on that. So
Yeah, I agree. I think one big thing with this cinematic tool coming into this is, like, if we wanted to do more 3HCs or something like that, it'd be easier to record actual frags to edit, and you could do it in a good frame rate and it would all look really nice, because right now it's basically just PvE, which looks okay. Like, it can look really cool, but it'd be nice if you could get some more classic style frags.
Yeah, I feel like if we had a cinematic tool and you could like slow the clips down to be like 0.1 speed or so and have them like 6,000 FPS or something, like really high FPS clips, obviously not 6,000, but like you'd be able to slow it down in After Effects and have like good velocity without having to rely on like frame warping and stuff like that. But I feel like with the Syn tool, then making like PvE edits and things like that would be a lot like easier and can make them more often. Because right now to actually like make the things,
Yeah,
it takes a lot of time. So if we had a Syn tool, we could like have that allow us to make more edits for Exile Aesthetics a lot more.
Yeah, it would make it easier for us to all makes like more content and want to make more content for that channel. Probably easier to revive at that point, in my opinion. So I hope that comes soon.
yeah.
Or at all.
Speaking of things that are coming soon, the whole thing with the season pass, that's coming soon to Destiny, right? I don't really understand this. Can someone kind of like break it down for me? Is Destiny getting like what Fortnite has, or what's going on?
I don't play Fortnite. Jasper, since you play, you probably know, but I think that this new battle pass, like, I actually don't know a lot about it, but it it's basically you complete the tasks and you get to like a certain point, like November 15th. I'm speaking like the November 15th doesn't have anything, but let's say just say like Shadowkeep comes out and we all have these activities that we do, and eventually we'll get like an exotic weapon. I think it's a good idea, but I just don't think that this new season pass, like, I don't really agree with it. What about you guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I think. Oh, sorry, Jasper. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you can go.
Okay, yeah. I think it's a good incentive for people to keep playing after they've done the main stuff. At least what I know from like Fortnite, that used to be. I haven't played in a while, but it used to be a big thing. Like, people would look forward to see what would come out in the next one and what they could grind for, and they can see what is coming ahead, so they know they don't have to rely on RNG. They can know what they're gonna get, and it is a little bit of an incentive. Like I said, I don't personally mind it. I understand that people aren't really super stoked about it. I don't have a main problem with it, really.
I haven't really like looked into it, but from what I've heard, it's pretty much just like you kind of pay for it and then you just do the challenges and then you get loot. I don't really think that that's like I don't really agree with it that much, because Destiny is like a loot-based game, and adding something that's not really like, well, it does revolve around loot, but it's not like RNG, so you don't have like the luck of getting, I don't know, like a certain roll on something. I think that kind of like eliminates that incentive to like go for random rolled things, and it kind of makes it like Destiny 2 Year 1.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I think those that really want to grind a lot still will. Because I guess we don't really know what exactly we're going to get from the battle, or from like the season pass. We're not sure if it's going to be god roll weapons, or if it's just going to be a cool ornament. I don't know if they're actually giving out any weapons. I haven't really looked into it too much, but
Yeah, I haven't looked
I think
into
you're
it
right
either.
on that. it would be kind of lame if they just gave out super amazing rolls and it kind of just got rid of the whole point of some of the grind that makes Destiny what it is.
All right, so like with the topic of controller versus MNK, I've honestly seen a lot of drama about this, and I don't really know what to say. When I first started playing on PC, honestly, I had said I'd never use a controller, and I honestly have never still really used a controller. I mean, I've given it a try, but I think I play worse with controller. Um, but with these players, there's some people that say like, oh, if you use controller, like your clip is less valuable than mine if I use mouse and keyboard. Um, when there's some MNK players that play like a controller player, like their movement, you would honestly think, like they use a controller. But that's what I think. Like, what do you guys think about this whole little argument that's going on or was going on?
Well, I actually used to use controller myself, like ever since I installed D2 on PC. I think this was around one of those DLCs, but I started out with controller, and like first thing I noticed was that wow, this FOV, like I switched from console to PC, and one thing I noticed was the FOV, and it just felt like a totally different game. Like yes, 60 FPS on a controller, it was kind of like a dream come true for Destiny 1, kind of to have 60 FPS, but after a while, like 5 months ago actually, I started to use mouse and keyboard, and I decided to, not be as consistent as much as I used to for hitting Destiny clips with flawless execution. But if you put into time into learning keyboard and mouse, it really makes a difference, because right now I can feel my snipe consistency. It's getting a lot more accurate. I'm hitting my shots more. It looks a lot better.
Yeah, I think when I first got my PC, pretty much the exact same thing. I just kind of wanted to switch completely over to mouse and keyboard, just because, like you said, I saw the FOV and I was like, dang, this looks like a completely new game, and so I want to just learn it again. And it made it more fun to switch over, honestly. And I feel like PC was made, I mean, with mouse and keyboard, obviously. The controller adapter came later for various reasons, but I think it'd be a good thing for everyone that is on PC to try to learn mouse and keyboard and try to stray away from controller, just so they can keep up. And I don't know, for me it was a lot more fun. But yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Jasper.
Oh, thank you. Well, in my opinion, I don't really have like a specific stance on this like argument of controller versus M&K. Like, from an editing perspective, honestly, for controller players that are on PC, I sometimes will prefer to edit their clips, because like the movement will look a lot more smooth and less like kind of choppy from like flicking with your mouse or whatever. And I feel like from an editing perspective, I prefer controller, but like from playing, I personally play on mouse and keyboard, but I don't really have like a hate towards like controller players. Like, yeah, sometimes it seems like it may be easy, but like to be a good controller player, you have to have like good movement and stuff like that, and have like good game sense. So I guess there's equal things that go into like being a good M&K player and going into or being a good control player as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree there. Honestly, I gotta say, like, when I first got Destiny on my computer, I was in for a surprise. I'll tell you that much. I'd play BO2 on computer, but I was on my laptop, so I couldn't really play anything else. But when I switched over to like an actual PC, I thought it was going to be somewhat the same, and I was pretty good already with like my movement, but it was really just aiming. Like, and even now, I still have a little bit trouble with aiming. At the end of the day, I guess it's really just like just keep practicing, because if you stop, you'll you'll get frustrated. And going over to controller is like, it's all right if you're trying to just get something done, but if you really want to see yourself improve, um, try out M&K. It's all about if you want to see yourself improve or not.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
since we're talking about improvements, let's talk about this one that Bungie finally put in to Destiny, cross save, right? So obviously, a lot
Obviously,
of
we all hate the Destiny fathers who use mountaintop recluse. I cannot stand them. It is
I can't
the
either.
worst.
Yeah.
I gotta agree. I have
Yeah.
a feeling that when like the whole skill level in Destiny has probably gone a little bit down because you have a lot of console players coming over to PC, and they're bringing their meta over. And you know how we were just talking about M&K versus controller, like controller obviously gives you aim assist, right? So if they're using their like meta and they're bringing it over to M&K or computer, whatever you want to call it, like it just really changes the course of Crucible. And I'm not trying to sound like a nerd, but like I don't really like it. Now I have kids like using Mountaintop Recluse or just like double sniper. What else? Fusion rifles. I've barely seen fusion rifles until Cross Save has come out, to be honest with you. Now
Yeah.
everyone's running like that stupid gunsmith fusion rifle. Um,
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been big on console. That's the thing, is because I'm
The-
somewhat recent to PC. Fusion rifles were massive on console. It's
Yeah,
stupid. It's really annoying.
Especially
Like-
Aaron too. Yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah.
painful.
And then I've seen Ace of Spades come back too. Um, and some people, honestly, I can't even tell if they're like a controller player or if they're like from PC, because some people that are using cross save, they're actually like using M&K. So I don't know if like they've played on PC before and they just brought over their account. But honestly, I like the idea of cross save, but I feel um, like if you're coming from console over to PC, I feel like you should at least give that full PC change a try.
Yeah, I
So-
agree. I think I like what you said earlier. I think to add on to that, you can't really like judge someone because you don't really know if they're using controller, mouse and keyboard. Most like chances are you might not know, and so someone might be trying. So I wouldn't ever. I've seen some people like getting really toxic over someone using a controller, and they'll like message them or they'll tweet about it or whatever. And I get it to some extent, but sometimes it's just a
Too
lot.
much.
Like they care so much about it, like it burns them
Yeah.
inside.
I don't know. I feel like honestly, I feel like cross save is just it's something good. It's like the right step for Destiny
Yeah,
in terms of like the long run. In our little community, like clip hitting and stuff, it's really annoying. But long run, it's really good idea. Help out, like it helped them out a lot with Destiny. So
Yeah, I agree. Cause like with the huge influx of console players moving to PC, it's basically like increasing the PC popularity. So when cross save came out, you're seeing all these new faces in the Crucible, which is nice because some of them may be like really good, and some of them can be like the mountaintop recluse type people. But for the most part, I think that cross save, yes, it was definitely a good move.
yeah. I really
Yeah.
appreciated it because I again was from Xbox and I had 0 on PC, so I was just counting down the days for cross save, and that helped me out indefinitely. It's a lot of good for me.
yeah. Something else I really wanted to talk about in terms of like Destiny is the Montages. We've had a ton, and I mean a ton of montages come out within like the past 2 to 3 years with Destiny. So I want to know what is your guys' favorite Destiny montage? It can be anyone, one or two.
That's tough.
It's very tough.
There are lots of good edits out right now, but my favorite like montage, like Destiny Taj, would probably be the Sword Pro and Exile Lego Dual Taj by Exile Acro and Exile Kai. It's been a while since we've seen Acro edit Destiny or just edit in general, and he absolutely destroyed the edit along with Kai.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a good one.
Yeah, Kai's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, he's cool.
Okay, so yeah, this is pretty tough. I have to say, like, my favorite. Okay, I think my favorite Tages have changed over the years, but I remember like my first Taj I kept watching over and over was this dual Taj between Mexi and Spill by Nausea. Um, it was just really good. I don't know. It was really like the editing wasn't like crazy. It was it's Nausea's like old style, and it was like when Spill was around, and then it has Arctic Monkeys, and I don't listen to them a lot, but I hear them like every now and then, and I like it. But that was just mine back in the day. I don't really know what my favorite Taj is now, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I forgot to say about my my favorite Destiny 1 Taj, or like part of a Taj, was probably Simi's special moment part for Angels 2, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That
that was
I really like that.
really good. What about you, Jasper?
For Destiny 1, I've got, I don't really have a specific like favorite Taj. I'd say probably like Destiny 1, the one that holds the most like sentimental value for me is probably Exile's Episode 5 by Exile SG, or now as he goes by Simi. And that Taj like pretty much got me started into editing. Like I saw it and I really wanted to, or I really liked the style that he did for it, and it pretty much like inspired me to start editing. But currently, I'd say probably my favorite Destiny 2 Taj is Lost's part of Divinity 4 featuring Maruso, which is on Maruso's channel. And yeah, I really like it because like Lost hadn't edited Destiny in a long time, and he kind of came back with this Taj, and it was like a really big, shocking moment.
Yeah, one of my I don't know if I can even choose a favorite now, but I remember it was about 2 years ago probably now. I think Flicker by Aki Paji. That was, for some reason, I just loved that one. Just like couldn't stop watching that one. So that one's just, I mean, Porter Robinson's like crazy good, obviously.
Actually, I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
Not really.
Wow.
Now that I'm thinking about it, my favorite Taj that I actually go back and I really enjoy right now is the one that Unchained made for Aki, which is Ida. I really like that. That's like, I don't know, it's just really good. I still watch it like today, That's
Wait,
probably where I
Ifa?
tried to, yeah. Well, I heard it was Ida.
Unchained killed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
was
Taj
really,
was
it was
so
like
good.
really clean. I feel like everyone was trying to aim for that style. Like I feel like Poto tried to go for that. Nausea, he like his style was somewhat like similar to that, and still kind of is honestly. But like I really like that, like what Unchained did, and he doesn't really even edit Destiny, so it wasn't the best, but it was pretty clean, and the music was like really good. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, what about Destiny 2? Anyone has any Destiny 2 favorites?
I said the dual Taj with Pro and Lego.
Damn. I think I'm just picking right now, just to
But like,
pick.
if it were gonna be a solo Taj, then in terms of editing, it would probably be Lifted 2 by Sean and Lil J, because I think that Sean really killed the edit on Lifted 2.
Yeah, I gotta agree right there. Sean is, I don't know what he does now, but he used to make some really good Tages back then, whenever he did Destiny. The one that he
sounds
made
good.
for Zelius, like Get to Know, that's my favorite. That's a good one. That's my favorite. But speaking of montages, editing in Destiny, it's something that kind of built its way up from the ground, I guess, to, you know, being what it is now. And there's a lot of editors, a lot more than there was probably a year ago. With that, obviously, that means like there's a lot of people copying, or there's a lot of people trying to experiment. Like, what do you guys think needs to be done in order for the community to like improve? Like, for people who are bad, what do you think they need to do? Like, just as some general advice.
So for like terms of just presets, in the past few months or like half a year, it seems like everyone are just like dragging and dropping Aki presets. Like it's kind of getting out of hand. But what I like back when I used to, you know, spam some presets, Aki 2017 presets to be specific, I used to just put those on like they were mine. But after a while, I started to use those presets and tweak them to my own liking, because I actually used to mess around with them and I wouldn't save them as my own presets. But that's pretty much what presets are mostly nowadays, is other people's presets except just mixed around to that editor's liking. But in order to improve, you should use those presets in order to expand on your own style. What do you guys think?
I think that presets should be used more for like educational use, I guess. Like, I feel like using presets shouldn't be more for just trying to use them to finish your Taj. I feel like you should take the time to look through, like, hey, what effects is this person using? Like, what did they keyframe? What, like, is different from the default settings of this effect? Like, maybe I can replace this effect with something else, like maybe change the blur or something like that, and overall just try and mess around and learn from them, instead of just trying to, like, obviously what Lance said, like, just drag and drop them onto clips. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my presets that I've made, like, for myself, I guess, they're not, yeah, I'm just speaking out of my own experience, but they're not made, like, super hyper specific for the one edit that I was creating, and then I saved them. I make them super, like, kind of generic so that I can tweak them for that specific edit, and I think that's kind of how you need to use any other preset you find in general, is, like, I don't think they were made to be super specific, and so they're there for you to play with and get used to. We see that with a lot of CC presets as well. Like, we see a lot of very similar CCs that we've seen across, I don't know, from Aki and from just many others.
You know what I think, personally, when it comes to CCs? I feel like every editor should go through a process of learning their basics. Like, in Destiny, obviously Destiny is a very different game from COD and Battlefield and all that, but I feel like if you're going to become if you're a Destiny editor, if you, like, want to start editing within the Destiny community, you need to learn your basics. You need to learn how to sync, like, what type of sync you want, like, you know, learn how, like, your way to sync, like make sure it works for you, and try and perfect it. And then you need to, like, you know, mess around, experiment with effects. And then with CCs, I feel like everybody should learn how to color grade, because color grading isn't hard, or color correction, whatever you want to call it. It's not hard, but I feel like people have these ideas that they really want to go for, and they try and do, like, a purple CC, and they literally just slap, like, tritone on, like, an adjustment layer, and it's literally flat out purple. So I'm saying, like, everyone should learn how to color grade. Everyone should learn how to do their velo before they try and move on and do other things. And once they've learned that, they should, like, start experimenting, because I feel like that's the thing that's really that's kind of scarce in this community, is just experimenting. Like, no one likes to experiment. We only like to copy. for whatever reason. And those people who do experiment, they make their own style. I mean, you have Lance here, for example. Like, he used to copy Lost, and now he has like his own like unique style. Jasper has come up with his own like sins, his own style. I feel like he's still learning. Same with Illusion. Same with myself. I'm experimenting with different music. Everyone's like trying something new, and I feel like that's why the people who are in exile, because like they just experiment and they did something until they perfected it. So yeah, experiment, try stuff, learn your basics. That's what you're supposed to do with editing. If you keep following the way like that someone else does something, that's good, I guess. Like if you want to get commissions done, or if you just want to learn how to do what they did. But if you really want to go on and test yourself, that's where you gotta experiment. So yeah. But anyone got any projects coming up, huh?
Yeah, I have 2 that are finished that are just waiting to be released. One of them's not like super crazy. The other one's definitely out of my like usual, I guess, comfort zone, in a sense. So I'm pumped for that one to come out. Right now I'm just doing commission stuff. I don't really have any other projects.
I have something coming out. You guys should see it on the Exile channel soon. But besides that, I'm planning a couple of edits. So hopefully, if you follow me, you'll see and you'll like it. But that's
Follow
really it.
Kai.
Yeah, follow me at Kai Umu on Twitter, and Boy Crush. Yeah. What about you, Jasper?
For upcoming projects.
Yeah, what do you got planned, dude? I know you got something.
Right now, I I found a song and I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do with it. I'm gonna edit it to COD because you can do more with that game. Probably Black Ops 2. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say right now, but I'm pretty excited on doing it because I have like an idea for the VFX I want to do and stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it.
What about you, Lance?
I have a few projects planned out. First one's the Exile TEAMTAGE, which will be released this week. So be sure to watch out for that. But other than that, I have this one project that I've been working on since like the beginning of June, I think. And this edit is probably going to be my best for a very long time. I don't want to sound like
I agree with Lance. Like, I've seen some of these previews. All right, guys, like you're in for something. But like if you want to see what we're all working on, make sure you follow all of us on Twitter. That's pretty much where we all are, either being idiots or showing off our work.
I'm just liking memes on my main account.
Yeah, memes always. There's actually some really good memes out there. Not gonna lie, but
the Me IRL block is so good. Yeah, very soon we will have our Undying TEAMTAGE, which is
if
be
you
on the
made
lookout
it,
for that.
if you made it this far, there's a TEAMTAGE on the way, and it's probably been a while since Exile has had a TEAMTAGE, to be honest. So, go ahead and check it out. If it's uploaded by the time this comes out, I'm not sure, but go ahead and check it out. A lot of effort was put into it, both planning and executing. A lot of new faces in this TEAMTAGE too. So yeah, be sure, check it out. Let us know what you think. If you even made it this far to the podcast. If you did, we love you. Huge pogs. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Kayumu, Magikky, Illusions, and Jasperoni. Make sure you follow us on Twitter too. Give us that little clout.